'Tis the season for outdoor adventure. Hi, I'm John McKee. Welcome to the Western Pennsylvania Outdoor Guide. Got a great show in store for you today. We're going to go fishing on Lake Erie, show you a way to make your own bait, and show all you trailer owners how to save some money. Stay with us.
If you're looking for a portable, economical boat to fish those hard-to-reach places, then check out the Bass Baby. Molded from impact-resistant polyethylene and conveniently designed to fit into a full-size pickup truck, the Bass Baby is one of the easiest boats to maneuver in and out of the water. To find out more about the Bass Baby, visit the Carry Company at 3003 Wildwood Sample Road in Allison Park, or call 412-486-3388, or check out our website at www.carrydocs.com. At Tony Romano's Affordable Karate and Weight Training Center, you can learn to be your best. Offering children and adult classes, group or private lessons from former heavyweight champion, 5th degree black belt master Tony Romano. Plus a complete weight training facility located at 1080 3rd Street in North Versailles, just off US Route 30. Call 412-829-1609 for our introductory special.
Learn to be your best.
You're a duck hunter, and duck hunters know you have to go to the ducks. An express boat can get you there, whether it's down the river, across the lake, or through the timber. With its durable, all-welded aluminum hull and plenty of room for your decoys, guns, and other gear, you can depend on your express boat to take you to the ducks.
If excitement is what floats your boat, then check out the 2001 Lund models at Bob Warren Boat Sales. You'll make a splash with your friends and family with a new Lund boat from Bob Warren Boat Sales. We service most major boats, motors, and trailers. For boat show pricing on Lunds year-round, come to Bob Warren Boat Sales, Route 38 Butler. Call 724-285-5503. Simply the best.
First up, we have a segment of interest to all you trailer owners. Clem Steinmetz of C&B Trailer Sales has some very important tips on winterizing your trailer.
Today we're going to go over the trailer, explaining some of the problems you may get into for maintenance and that. First thing we're going to hit on is the electrical lights and that particular procedure. What I have in my hand here is a standard flat wiring connector. Most of your boat trailers and smaller trailers use this. What it has is 4 leads on it. The one lead is the ground lead, and believe it or not, that's the most critical lead out of all 4. If this isn't connected to the tow vehicle properly, you're not going to get a good ground back to the lights. Without a ground, you're not going to be able to have lights, to say the least. So anyway, what we're going to start off with here is the white wire coming off of the tow vehicle comes into this connector right here, which is a match to it. The white lead normally goes up and is attached onto the frame of the trailer at the tongue at some place. It has to be a good connection. It has to be a clean connection. From here on, this white wire changes to the main frame of the trailer. Now the trailer is the ground wire all the way back. This is where you get into your problems. Any place that the frame is bolted together or has movement, you're going to lose the ground. And that's the biggest problem on lights on trailers. My assistants are going to show what we have here now. On a standard boat trailer, it has a tilt mechanism. We're going to move back here a little bit. As you lift the trailer up and slide the boat off, you have movement right here between the 2 frame members. Like my man that owns this particular trailer said to me, I haven't used this thing in 4 years. The problem is you get rust between the 2 units. Any place you get rust, it's going to eliminate the ground. So anyway, bring that back down, guys. Whenever this comes back down, even though it looks like it's tight, you're losing the ground because it's not a good clean surface to go back to the rest of the lights. The other place that's critical is right where the lights themselves bolt onto the trailer. This being like here, it has a single stud that comes through the back. A lot of times the nut in the back corrodes. These trailers are in and out of the water all the time. They pick up moss and grass and everything else. It holds the moisture. It does rust back here. The side lights are just held on usually with 1 or 2 bolts. They have to be clean where they go in to have a good contact. The next problem is on the tail light itself. On the tail light, it's usually mounted on a bracket. The bracket, again, bolts to the frame. Any place anything bolts together, you're going to have a problem. These are very susceptible to breakage. A lot of guys back this into things. They get knocked around. When the boat's off the trailer, I should say, and the trailer's just stored, people pile stuff on the trailer, they get broke. This is a real problem right here if the light gets broken or any of the connections get loose or get corroded. So to check a ground here, you check these bolts here, and naturally the bulb in the light. The other thing to look for is the lens itself. Should be in good condition, shouldn't have any cracks or anything like that in them. The bulb should be in good condition also. Other than that, it's very simple on wiring. The next thing we're going to check on now is wheel bearings. We're going to be jacking up the opposite side of this trailer. What we wanted to point out is whenever you jack a trailer up, be sure to block the wheel that you're not picking up off the ground. What this does is keep the trailer from rolling away from you. As we proceed after we block the other side of the trailer, now we're going to get a floor jack underneath and raise up the one side. Always keeping in mind that you want to have a safety stand nearby because you never want to jack anything up without having a stand after it's in the air. Okay, the tools we're going to need today is just a pair of channel locks, a screwdriver, and a pair of side cutters. What he's going to do is physically remove the bearings. First thing off is what they call the dust cap. In this case, it's just a standard cap. We also have a thing called a bearing buddy that's available. We can show you that later on. And as soon as you get the cap off, what you'll see is a quarter pin going through a castellated nut. You want to open the quarter pin up. Sometimes it's bent over once, sometimes both edges of the quarter pin will be bent over. And you just slide that out of there. Another thing to keep in mind, always have a good clean rag to set everything on. You don't want, if you're doing this in your driveway, you're in the gravel, or even in a cement driveway, you don't want to lay the nut or the bearings or anything like that down on the dirty surface. So if you have a rag nearby, it gives you some place to put it on. As you see, the nut just screws off by hand. There are some cases you might have to use a wrench to get it off. As he's removing it here, that's what they call the outer bearing. It should have a lot of grease on it like it showed there. If it's dry, then you're going to have to inspect the bearing itself. The wheel should slide off. Sometimes they hang up on the fenders, but that's normal. The critical thing that it does move easily like that. If you have to fight it to get it off, that usually means the inner bearing has galled it up on the spindle, and you'll have a real nightmare getting it off. As you pull it off, you want to inspect the spindle itself and make sure it's shiny. In most cases, you're always going to have to replace the grease seal because it's almost impossible to remove it without damaging it. You can get replacement seals at any automotive parts store or trailer store or things like that. Okay, that's the seal right there. That's the grease seal. Now that one come out pretty easily. That didn't damage, but a lot of times they will bend when you try to get them out of there. There'll be a bearing right behind that seal. Again, it should have a lot of grease on it, and you physically inspect it. When you're inspecting it, what you're going to look for is any pits in the bearing race itself, which is on the roller part. You want to look for any type of rust or things like that. And if it is dry when you took it out, like I mentioned before, inspect it for a coating of blue. If it has a blue cast to it, what that means the bearing is burnt, and you would have to replace it. You just want to get most of the old grease out of there the best that you can, and inspect the race. The race is what the bearing itself rides on. Again, you inspect it the same way for any pits, any rust, or any blue marks. The races are press-fitted into the hub, so they do not come out. If the race should come out, that means you have a defective hub, and you should replace the hub. On the front, as you see, he's doing the same thing, taking the old grease out, and he will inspect that race. But this is a very simple procedure that you can do on your own. If you do need the bearings, most of your automotive parts stores will have them. If not, the reliable trailer stores always have these on hand. On the bearing itself, there is a number. That's the important thing. You must get the number off of the bearing to be able to get a replacement for it. You cannot go by manufacturer because unfortunately trailer manufacturers do not always use the same products from time to time. Okay, now we'll reassemble the unit just the opposite of the way it was taken apart.
After the break, we're going to go fishing on Lake Erie. Stay with us.
If you're looking for a fishing boat, look no farther. From tournament bass boats to fish and ski boats, we've got them, all powered by Mercury Outboards. Boat Fish Fun Shop, located in Mount Pleasant, specializes in Triton, Ranger, Stroker, and Monarch boats, powered by Mercury and driven by you. Boat Fish Fun Shop is a full-service Mercury dealer with computer hookup to Mercury Parts Department for all Mercury, Mariner, and Mercruiser engines. Our factory-certified technicians offer complete service. Stop in to see us in Mount Pleasant or call 724-547-9499. Are you tired of telling creative stories about the one that got away? Introducing the Quick Catch Rod Holder, the best improvement for fishing since the fork stick. Quick Catch keeps your expensive rods and reels out of the dirt. With zinc-coated ground pins and rubber-coated rod holder, the Quick Catch Rod Holder is available in 14-inch and 27-inch sizes. To order, send check or money order to P.A. Petrosky Company, 420 Forest Hill Road, Industry, PA, 15052. Dealer inquiries welcome. Call the number on your screen for more information.
Enjoy your time on the water. Whether you're boating, riding your personal watercraft, swimming, fishing, or just relaxing in the sun, an Easy Dock floating dock will enhance your time on the water. The Easy Dock system has it all: rugged, adaptable, reliable, and safe. Constructed with heavy-duty polyethylene, the docks have excellent load capacity with virtually unlimited layout flexibility. Docks, PWC lifts, boat lifts, plus a variety of anchoring systems and accessories make Easy Dock the selection for your dock. For private, commercial, and public use, the Easy Dock system is a simple, low-maintenance, versatile design that provides years of convenient, durable use. The EasyPort Personal Watercraft Lift is a simple drive-on, push-off. EasyPort moves with changing water levels and helps protect the craft from damage caused by wind or wave action. Even beginning PWC operators will find boarding and launching a breeze.
Anglers from all over the Outdoor Guide viewing area travel to Lake Erie to find fish. Lake Erie demands respect, and the weather conditions can determine the outcome for you. On this week's segment of On the Water with Fred, our guest Bob Johns shows us a place to go during inclement weather conditions.
Okay, we're out here in Lake Erie. Today we're out at the lighthouse, Bob. What do they call this?
This is the North Pier.
North Pier. I fished out here often for bass. I've never fished out here for coho or steelhead. But we used to come out here with a bucket of crabs and catch a load of bass out here.
Well, what happens with the steelhead and the salmon? They're working their way in from the main body of the lake out here. And over on this side is the slot. And they'll actually come in and they'll start working the shoreline on both sides. Now,
Oh, I see.
if you notice we're fishing on this side,
Yeah.
well, if they come and they miss the main slot here, they'll come in here, circle around on the shore and come back out until they can feel this water. Now, with what we have now is a south wind, this is forcing this flow of water. The current in there is probably running 3 or 4, maybe 5 miles an hour. You need almost an ounce sinker to hold it down in there.
Oh, yeah, I can
And it's
see it.
forcing it out, and those fish are actually sensing for that moving water.
How about that? But there's whitecaps out there today. Of course, there's some boats out. Waves, I guess, are what, 3 to 5? 2 to 4?
Less than one.
Less than 1.
When you get out there a ways, you're going to see them.
It looks like it's blowing up pretty good in here. We're sheltered in here behind the lighthouse.
Fish on!
There's one.
Well, Jay got a nice fish on. Looks like a nice... Yeah, it's a steelhead. It's a steelhead. It just broke water. But when they run, they just go anywhere they want to go. It's nice that everybody on the pier cooperates with you. You see everybody move their lines. They get out of the way. They make room for you. This is sportsmanship. Bob's got the net down there. Of course, Jay don't have a steering wheel on that fish. He has to play the fish out before he brings it in. But you can see the way our clothes are blowing. It's windy out here. Here it's coming in now. Jay's got them pretty well played out. The lake is pretty well cleaned up. They've done wonders with this. The environmental people have really watched this, and they watch it closely today. It's a beautiful, beautiful lake, and it's a shame that more people don't take advantage of it. Ah, Bob's got him. Nice, nice steelhead. And he hit a spinner, and as Jay finds out now, he's seeing that the fish was hooked once before and broke off. It's about a 4-pounder.
Glad to see Jay get a nice one. That's a good start for this morning.
We catch ourselves, each get 3 more like that, and we'll have supper.
Oh, we'll have a good supper with that. That's great. The wind's blowing up, but it's not all that bad. It's you kind of get used to it, allow for it. Matter of fact, take advantage of it and let it carry your lure out another extra 100 yards.
One of the things about people coming to Erie Road is the fact that if they come here and they don't know their way around, the winds have a tendency to chase them away. But there are places here that if you know the terrain, you can fish under almost any conditions. Right now we're having a very, very severe south wind. It's not really blowing hard, but it's blowing enough to make you uncomfortable if you were to fish any of the areas facing south.
Yes.
So what
yes.
you want to...
He's got another one.
So what you need to do is know your sheltered areas. Now, many times when you have a severe west wind, then you can go in and fish Dobbin's Landing. That's right downtown in Erie. And you will fish the east side because the wind's at your back.
Sure.
If you have a north and a northeast wind coming, then you fish the west
side. Yeah.
And again, as I was explaining to you, those fish will come in, follow this slot, and control the shoreline. And anywhere that there is an opening, even if it's a barge opening where the barge is going for repair, those fish will follow in and come back out again and just keep working that shoreline.
This is just a beautiful sight. When we get out of the car and started out on this pier, it was like walking through a wind tunnel. But we snuck in behind this lighthouse and used it as a breaker, and I'll tell you, it's just as comfortable as you could be in there. Oh, there's a nice fish. Bob, give this fella a hand. That's about a 7-pounder. This fella and his wife were out here, and his wife just lost one a minute ago, and I guess he's explained to her how to land that fish now, but that can happen to any of us. It's just a nice day if you dress for it and you can handle it. You have no problem. This steelhead here hit a spinner also. Spinners and spoons and egg sacks are probably about the best bait all along here. Well, we've had a great day up here. We really enjoyed ourselves. Bob showed us a lot of different places to fish and different ways of fishing, and we really appreciate all the effort that went into this.
After the break, we'll show you a way to make your own bait to use when you go steelhead fishing.
In business, image is important. First impressions do make a difference. If your business has a cleaning problem, look to the professionals at Ingram's Cleaning Service. Since 1979, Ingram's Cleaning Service offers customized, consistent quality cleaning services for all types of businesses. Our business is to maintain the image of your business. We offer periodical cleaning schedules, professional workers and supervisors, and of course, follow-up inspections. In business, customer service is important. Ingram's Cleaning Service can be a silent partner in maintaining your image as a high-quality company. For more information, call area code 412-751-7469.
We make it our business to help our customers maintain a positive, professional image. If you have a cleaning problem, we are the solution.
The Turtle Tube Sea Anchor is the only self-collapsing, self-contained sea anchor that is guaranteed not to dry rot or mildew, even when stored wet. All safety-conscious boaters know the benefits of a sea anchor, so check out the Turtle Tube Sea Anchor today. For more information, write to the Turtle Tube Sea Anchor Company at P.O. Box 125, Turtle Creek, Pennsylvania 15145, or call 412-734-1758.
Here's the deal. Commercial advertisements are supposed to sell you something. The more annoying the ad, the more likely you are to watch it. Highly stylized commercials using an obscure character just wandering around, spouting off the incredible value of their product, generally making you nauseous. Bottom line, why pay big bucks to a big name to memorize a bunch of lines when you can cut the budget by using one camera, a cheap actor, and a pair of scissors?
On this week's segment of Pete's Corner, Pete Maltese shows us how to make skein sacks to use for bait after you've caught your limit of steelhead.
Hi, I'm Peter Maltese and welcome to another segment of Pete's Corner. Today we're going to take a look at how to prepare salmon eggs for bait. And to show us how to do that is Bob Johns. Bob, welcome to the show. And
thank you, Pete.
Once again, let's see what you're doing with the salmon eggs. Show me how do you get them, how you prepare them and everything else.
All right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to slit the belly of that steelhead here.
I notice you got a safety pair of gloves on, which is a good idea.
Now, as you can see, the eggs lie in a membrane here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to remove these from the fish.
A slimy little devil, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. And there's one skein.
Oh, they're little tiny ones.
And there's our second skein. Yeah, now you have to understand these are steelhead, and these eggs are not fully matured yet. The steelhead does not spawn until probably February, March, April, so the eggs are not fully matured yet.
Well, how do you get them little eggs on a hook?
All right, well, we'll show you that. We're going to bring these onto, there's a membrane on the skein itself that will hold it together. And what we do is we will cut it up in a piece like so, and you can see this is pretty solid.
Oh yeah.
So we can fish fresh skein right from there. Now, if we're going to keep this for any length of time, then we'll cure. And the way we will cure is I like to use a substance called ProCure. And what I will do is I'll just put a little of this on. You want to be careful with this stuff because if you get it on your hands, it will actually stain them. But it's okay, we just put a little.
That's another reason for the gloves, huh?
That's another reason for the gloves.
And what does that do?
This will actually cure the skein so as the eggs will not deteriorate on you. One thing that so many people make a mistake of when they take salmon eggs, they put them in their refrigerator and freeze them. Once you've done this, you've actually ruined the egg itself.
This is something you want to keep in mind. This skein, as it's called, it's actually the salmon eggs, the eggs that's inside the salmon, whether they be steelhead or coho or any other salmon. You want to keep that, and we'll show you how to prepare it and put it in the sack so you can use it as bait. This is the mesh or the netting that will hold the skein or the salmon eggs to use as bait. Bob will show you how to put that right in there. You want me to hold that, Bob?
You hold it right there.
Put it in there?
We'll take a small piece of skein, put it inside of here, pull up the corners on it, like so.
Oh, you just twist around like a twisty bag.
Give her a little twist, okay? Now, this is called magic thread, okay? So if you just take that and give it a couple wraps, you don't even have to tie it.
That's like a little elastic.
Mm-hmm. Just give her a couple ties.
All right. You need two people to do this.
Actually, yes. Cut the string off, and you don't even need to make a tie.
Just watch my fingers now. Okay. And that's the end result of the salmon sack, or skein as it's called. Now what you do with that is you just take that and put that on your treble hook, because 90% of the salmon fishermen use treble hooks. They are better to use because the salmon doesn't swallow it. It's hard for him to swallow, but yet it's easy to hook him with this. And this mesh prevents the eggs from dispersing too easily, or there's no way in the world you can tie these little eggs onto your hook. So this is the method that they use. All right, Bob, thanks a lot for having us and showing us how to do all this stuff.
Okay.
I know both our hands are full of fish, but that's the way I like it. Thanks for having us.
That's our show for this week. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any comments, suggestions, or ideas that we could use for future shows, please write to MWM Productions, Post Office Box 596, McKeesport, PA 15134, or call area code 412-664-7583. On behalf of the entire staff that's worked to bring you this edition of the Outdoor Guide, I'm John McKee. Thanks for joining us.
For advertising information, call MWM Productions at area code 412-664-7583 or send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the Western Pennsylvania Outdoor Guide, P.O. Box 596, McKeesport, PA 15134.
What we've done here is fillet and cut the fillets down to sizes that will fit in the pan and sizes that we can eat and have enough serving for 2, 3, 4 people, depending on how hungry you are. These are the fillets. The skein is here, and the steaks were cut just laterally onto the salmon. The rear section of the steelhead was just sliced right down the middle, or sliced down the middle like so, and then we put that on the grill. This is all excellent eating on the grill. This is, or even over an open fire. If you're out fishing and you get hungry, you can clean one of these right away and just put them right on an open fire. So aluminum foil, just throw them right into an open fire with a little margarine or a little of anything that you happen to have. If you prepare for it, it's a lot better than trying to do it with nothing.
Thanks for watching. We hope to see you next week on the Western Pennsylvania Outdoor Guide.